Hello. Hey guys. Is anyone online? This is my first time using StreamYard, so I may find myself a little bit off. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyone here? Can you say hi? I'd really love to know how the streaming is. Hey! Hi, Iman. And hi, Evelyn. Nice to see you, sisters. Yay! Nice to see you guys. All right. So as we wait for Mexico and all the sisters, and Edmund and all, I'd like to say a warm welcome. This is once again the Woke Africa Show, and this is um, our first stream with StreamYard. So I hope it gives us like the opportunity to maneuver and talk and for me to be able to invite you sisters on board to be able to have this conversation together. So I think this will make our lives very interesting, and so I'm like super excited about it. I can't wait to test my hands on all of it to see which one works better. Yeah. So welcome once again. Now the topic today, the topic today is worry not, worry not, your time will soon come. Okay, so I just updated it. Okay. Um, I tried to update the title, but I think it didn't really take. Okay, so what I was trying to say is that sometimes when you see that a lot of people are moving to the motherland, like when you hear all the most of the Pan African YouTubers tell you it's time to go to the motherland, it's time to repatriate, it's time to make the move, it's time to reconnect with the ancestors and all of that. Most often it can get you know a bit frustrating if you are not yet in the position to even visit the continent, and that is something that we don't talk about. That's something that brothers and sisters have to deal with, in addition to all the other issues that they have to deal with you know so today I guess I wanted to talk about it because it can get so frustrating if it's going to take you a long time to get there. And I'm here to tell you that the race is not for the swift. Okay, it's not just for the swift, because coming to the motherland is not a one-time thing. Coming to the motherland is, you know it's about, first of all, as I was saying before I ended the other chat, coming to the motherland is about, first of all, the awakening. Because sometimes if you're not awakened to the times, if you don't have enough information about our situation as a people, what we've been through, if you do not have much information about it, like, it won't make sense for you to like come to the motherland. Also, there's so many stereotyping that has gone on. If you are not in a place where you've taken your time to understand, you know, why this stereotyping? You've not taken time to kind of like research about us, who we are, and who they paint us to be. Then coming to the motherland naturally does not make sense because you are home. You are where you belong. You are where you have always lived. So coming to the motherland will not be such an interesting thing to do if you don't have like the information. So it's important for us to know about our stories, to be part of the awakening. Um, so information is key. Then secondly, I think once you awaken, you have to like get to the point of making the decision to come to the motherland. You have to get, to that point where you make the decision to come to the motherland. And sisters, are you still here? Because I don't see. Hold on. This this is my first time using this chat, so I don't know how. I don't know how it's going to be. Okay. Okay. So, oh, this is terrible. This is terrible. So, um, I just shared the link. I just shared the link to the chat. So, if you're here, you can just call in. If you're here, you can just call in. Okay. Okay. So today, today is just going to be like the day I experiment StreamYard, and then going forward, I think I would get my hands around it. Yeah. So as we wait, hey, okay, hey Evelyn, okay. So please, can you call in? Like, I would love to have a conversation with you. You can call in with the link above, Evelyn. You can call in with the link above. I would love to hear your side, what you think about this, because I just feel like sometimes you can just get so frustrated, when everybody is coming and you're not prepared. But as I was saying, hey, hi everyone. If you're in the house, I just posted the invite. So you can click on it and give me a call, and let's have a chat. Let me post it again. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the link. Evelyn, I'd love to hear from you. Everyone in the house, I'd love to hear from you. So then, after finding, making your decision, then it's not over yet. You need to plan. So the planning stages is going to determine um, how you survive on the motherland, before, like, you find a job or you establish your business, or you know, hey, hey, Edmond. Sure. Edmond says he's having network issues. He will call in. So thank you very much because I'm so excited. Hey, Edmond. Hi.
Hello.
Oh, tell me. So
Yeah.
where are you? Where are you
Yes,
calling?
please. Hi. Hope you're good.
I'm good.
Hope you're doing good.
I'm good.
All
Yes.
right.
Well, can you say
Great, great.
hi to um, everyone in the
Hey,
house?
everyone. Sure. Hello to everyone. Welcome to the Woke Africa show. This is a YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Share the love. She's doing amazing stuff. Like this is one of our mothers that is also pushing Africa in a very positive way. So let's show her the support and everything. I think
Uh,
MPhil recommended you to me.
oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. So
I
he
see.
has
So
been
you
speaking
are
to me
Phil's
for
friend.
yeah. I'm a
Oh, I see. I see.
Phil's
And you're a YouTuber?
when I went to Volta region, yeah, the region. But prior to the trip, he has been talking to me
Oh,
about you for a while. Like, been talking to me about you for having a video collaboration and stuff. So finally, you had a collaboration.
oh,
I watched yours and I watched his also as well.
I
But
see. I see.
yeah,
So, like,
yeah.
are you in Ghana or
Yeah,
where
yeah,
are you?
yeah. I'm
You're
in
in Ghana.
Ghana. I'm in Ghana. Yeah,
Perfect.
I'm actually a
Perfect.
YouTuber as well. I'm actually a YouTuber
Sorry?
as well. I'm also a YouTuber as well.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
What's
I'm
your
also a
channel?
YouTuber.
What's your channel name?
It's just Edmonama.
Edmond Dama.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just
Well,
Edmonama.
family, you can check Edmond
Yeah,
out. He's a Ghanaian YouTuber as well.
yeah,
And are you a Pan African YouTuber? What's
yeah,
your
yeah.
what's
So basically, I'm focused on promoting tourism and businesses in Africa. And because
oh
currently my base is within Ghana, I'm currently in the Ghana's ecosystem, which is I'm promoting Ghana tourism and businesses. Then, as soon as I get my means begins to get more, if I should say something like that, I'll be expanding to other countries. So right now, I'm
I
mainly in
see.
Ghana, but for now, I'm
Hello,
mainly in
Edmond, can you hear me?
other parts of
Okay,
Africa. But for now, I'm mainly in Ghana now. But
I see. I
and
see.
I
Okay, so we are oh, I think
yeah,
his network
I missed.
is bad. I think his network is bad. I think his network is bad, but that's Edmund. He's a young man who I think he's a YouTuber and his YouTube is Edmund Ama. I just wanted to ask him about what we are discussing, but I think the network is bad. So when we have him back, I would ask him the questions. But sisters, you can join in, though. You can join in. So one you need, as I was at a point where I was saying that you need to prepare, you need to plan. So the planning, you would have to determine if you're coming alone. If you are coming alone, what are the perks? If you're coming with your children, you have to think about their education. You have to think about, how to sustain them, their needs, should something happen to them, they would need medical attention. You have to think about all of that, you know, and plan. If you're coming with your husband, your kids, so planning stage is really important. And after that, you need to find money because you need money. You need money to go to like to get to any. Okay, Edmond is calling back. So let's see. Let's see if it works this time. So you need money. Plane tickets, accommodation when you get here, um, sightseeing because you can't come to Africa and not go anywhere at all. So you need to do some sightseeing. Um, So you need spending money on you. So all of this combined, you can't just up and do it in one day. I think Edmond's network is really poor, so it's going to keep okay. So Edmond's network is not really, yeah. So I think the network is bad now, so it will come back. So you need to do all of these things. So what I'm trying to say is that if somebody took the lead, if someone went before you, you should not, it should not, put you in that situation. You have to take your time, because secondly, you have to find out your options, your prospects down here, because coming to Africa without a job, coming to Africa without a plan of what you want to do for work or for business is very important. So you need to have that sorted out. And I think, when you're coming to the continent for the first time, I always say that you need to have some kind of connection, someone to connect with when you come to the continent. So that is what you have to think about. So um don't always be sad, or don't think that you've been left out, because you haven't been left out at all. You need to take your time and you need to plan, because what will happen is that when you don't plan, you will get here and then you can't stay. Your stay is going to be uncomfortable when you get here. You're going to run out of money at a point, and you would have no choice than to return to the place that you left to come to Africa. So do not worry when everybody is going, and you find that this is not your time, this is not your place. But also don't give up though. you know don't give up though, because returning to the motherland is really not, the trip is fun. I mean, the difference in culture and the society that you witness is good, but most importantly, returning to the motherland is a spiritual exercise. It's a pilgrimage, people. Like, it's a pilgrimage for all of us black people. So it's something that you have to keep in your plan. But as I was saying, you need a plan. You need to know who you're coming with. You need to know if you're coming alone. You need to know, like, how you're going to make money when you get to the continent. And I'm hearing that some of our brothers and sisters, when they come, they haven't made the decision to stay in Ghana yet. So instead of applying for the right of abode, they don't. They just would like to just keep renewing their visas because they've not made their decision, and that is a good thing. But you should know that if you do not apply for the right of abode, then you know there's so much you are not going to be entitled to. If you apply for the right of abode, it is your right to live in Ghana. You have equal rights as any Ghanaian citizen. The only thing is that you do not have a Ghanaian passport, which, if you acquire your right of abode for the first time, then you can at least plan towards getting your passport or your Ghanaian citizenship. And I'm telling you, Ghana does give citizenship. So that is something that is really dear to the heart of the president, because he started this year of abroad and he wants to see it succeed. So getting a passport is not something that is difficult. But when you get here, I advise you, go to the immigration. They will explain it to you. You can come um, without a visa and get a visa on arrival. So there's visa on arrival. Sorry. Ooh. There's visa on arrival opportunity. Sometimes it's just my sleeping time. So if I don't, if I'm not sleeping, then I yawn. But hey, let's keep going. So there's the visa on arrival. So you don't always have to, get a visa from the States to come to Ghana. And when you get here, um, at least you should visit the immigration office or even at the airport. There are immigration officers who can tell you about your options. Okay. So as long as you're a black person from the diaspora who wants to come and prospect, you know, the possibilities of moving to the country, they will be willing to help you, to assist you. They'll be willing to assist you. So please apply for your right of abode. Then you can apply for a job that I can apply for. You can apply for government jobs. You can apply for private, positions. There's LinkedIn. LinkedIn is like a professional network, like online professional network. You can apply for jobs over there. There's so many jobs. I've gotten a job through LinkedIn before. So I think you can definitely use LinkedIn to look, to find jobs. So I think that it's very important that coming to the continent shouldn't be something of a fashion show. Of course, if you're not somebody who is planning to move but you just want to visit, I think it's always key. I always think for the first time, don't just up and move. Come and visit, uh, survey the place, and then go back and make your decision and plan. So it's gonna be like you come here for a vacation, you have a fantastic time. Now when you go back, because you've come and you've asked the necessary questions, you've done the necessary research, when you go back, you can, actually plan properly. Welcome aboard, everyone. I have posted the, invitation link in the chat section, so you can call in and join me in the conversation. If you have had experience coming to the motherland, you can call in and then we can all talk about it. Because I have never been to the States. I have never lived amongst African Americans, our brothers and sisters. I don't know, I know the collective challenges. I don't know some of the unique challenges that my brothers and sisters face and how, you know, to even carry the message of the return to the continent to you. And most of the time, I think that it's a bit insensitive if like we don't get to the point where we want to like find out from you what your challenges are so that we can include you in the conversation of moving to the motherland. So I'm going to post the link again. Please kindly call in and let's have a conversation. Okay, Evie says, thanks for sharing, Evie. She says, it takes time to plan, and I've been preparing for a year now. It does. Hey, Nana Ofe. Yay! Nana Ofe, you have to call in. You have to click the link. Please call in because I believe you can be an amazing resource for this conversation. So as Evie is saying, it's like you know, it takes time to prepare. It takes time. You know, first of all, you have to even consider for some reason they make traveling to Africa so freaking expensive. Like when I went to Europe, it cost me as low as $200, sometimes $250 to move from Switzerland to Germany, from Germany to France. It's so cheap to fly in Europe. I don't know about within the states, but it's so cheap to fly from country to country. But when you have to fly to Africa, even it's very, very expensive to fly within Africa. And sometimes it only takes an hour or two to get to neighboring countries, but it's so freaking expensive because we do not control the aviation. We do not control the aviation. So the year of return. Okay, so Miss Seko is asking a decent question. Nana Fair calling, like guys, I need someone who have had the experience living from the States to Ghana to just call in and give us some juice and talk to us and help us answer questions. If you've been to Ghana, you know, from the States, you know, you traveled there before, you lived there, you've been to Ghana, I'd really appreciate it if you can call in through the link that I've posted in the chat box so you can share some of your experiences with us. I'd really appreciate that. Okay, so Miss Teko is asking legitimate question. What is a good amount of money we will need for housing at least 3 bedrooms? Well, Miss Teko, accommodation is dependent on location. So it depends. It depends on it depends. Accommodation is dependent on your location. So it depends on where you are, where you're located. That is where you can get accommodation. Hello, I'm on live. Yes, I am. So you can join me online. Thank you. Hi, Abby is here. Hello, Abby. Good to have you here. Okay, so Mr. Echo, I think that accommodation is dependent on the location. The urban areas are very expensive. The urban areas can go as far as $2,500 a month, $3,000 a month, and then you can also come like maybe out of the prime areas, you know, and get it at maybe about 1,200 CD a month, which is around about maybe $300 a month. Then you can get also depending on the location 600 a month. But you can also get it like okay. Let me read the questions. Um, what is the good amount of money we will need for house at least 3 bedrooms? Yeah. So then there's the outskirts. There's the outskirts where you can even get as low as maybe $150 to $200 a month. And I'm talking about nice, beautiful houses that you can get for $150, $200 a month. So don't worry about it. When you come to Ghana, I'll talk to my people and we will get you good accommodation at very good price. So you have nothing to worry about it. And then okay, let me take more questions. Hey, Nana Fair, greetings to you as well. Um, Mr. Ko says, where is the best place to live? Well, Mr. Ko, I have always lived in Accra. You know, I went to school a little bit in my mom's hometown, that is Kwewu in Praia. So, but I've if I'm in Ghana, I live in Accra. I've always been a city girl, so I would say that um, for me, my job, my everything depends on my life here. But if you're looking for if you're the quiet type, you're looking for a good place where you can build your house, you can get your own land, have at least some peace of mind. You can be living towards the eastern, which is Eburi, Akosombo area. You can Akosombo. We can help you get land in Akosombo, and I think it's just 2 hours from Accra. So you can easily come for your shopping. And Akosombo is a beautiful township, very quiet, serene, green, and it's just lovely and amazing. My mom's hometown is also a very beautiful place. And this Easter, I'll be bringing you, a lot of videos from there. So it's a very beautiful place, but it's expensive. So if you don't have like, you know, a good job, it's pretty expensive because of the festivities. There's always something happening in Peru. Um, the central region from Kaswa onwards is also a good location, but Kaswa has a lot of traffic issues. So if you want to live at a good, beautiful place where you can buy land and build, I recommend the Eburi areas or Akosombo areas. Akosombo is just 2 hours from Accra. Eburi is about 1 hour, 1.5 hours from Accra. And before you even get there, there are several, locations around there that you can, prospect land over there. If you're a city girl like me, then you should be planning some big amounts. So let's say in Akosombo, you can get land for like maybe between, it depends on where it is again. So you can get land. Oh, Edmond is back online. Hello, Edmond. Welcome back.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, Edmond, welcome back.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
Edmond, can you hear me? Welcome back.
Can
Welcome
you hear
back.
me, please?
Yes, I can hear
Hello.
you. Welcome back. Yes,
Thank
I
you
can
very
hear you.
much. Thank you. Can you hear me,
Welcome
please?
back, Edmond. Yes, I
Please.
can. So,
Thank
where
you.
do you think is the most ideal place to buy land in Ghana? You know, where do you
Hello.
think is the most ideal place to buy land in Ghana?
Hello.
Hello, I think you can hear me.
Can you hear me, please? Hello.
Hello, I can hear you. I think you can hear me.
I can. Please. I can hear you now.
Okay.
I can. Please. I can hear you now.
So I was asking, where do you think is the most ideal place to buy land in Ghana?
I can. Please. I can hear you now.
So I was asking, where do you think is the most ideal place to buy land in Ghana?
For me to the ideal place to buy a land here in Ghana, I think it will depend on you, the individual, what you actually want to do in Ghana and where you will be affordable for you. If you want to mainly go into agriculture, I think I'll highly suggest the northern part of Ghana for you, because actually I'm even working on something like that to be in the northern side and see something over there. And I think the Ashanti region is also not bad when you're looking at farming. So northern Ashanti region, then we can look at, yeah, I think these are the two places I know so far because I've been to these places. Then when you want accommodation and you want to have, let's say you want fun, you
Hey,
want to have
Andre,
fun, a place
welcome
where it's
aboard.
more lively, then which means you're talking about Accra and its environment. So we can look at, okay, I think Kaswa is growing a lot in terms of development. So most people are heading towards Kaswa for a
Yeah,
while
I,
now.
I think
And
I
I
think
think
Kaswa
looking
is
at
also
Dodua,
expanding.
Medina, those kind of places also are very nice places. You can check them out. But it means that
Kaswa
looking
is
at
also
Dodua,
expanding.
Medina, those kind of places also are very nice places. You can check them out. But it means that looking at Dodua, Medina, those kind of places also.
Okay, so we couldn't keep Edmond for long, but he's a young guy in Ghana, also exploring, his prospects. So I needed to hear from him and what he thought. But I see that it's not so different from what I was trying to say. So Kaswa is becoming a metropolitan city. I think it's in the central region, but it's kind of like joined to Accra. So if you want to live at a place where you don't want to the city life style, then I really recommend the western region. Takoradi is also a very nice place you can buy land and settle. um there's also Akosombo, as I was telling you, like my personal favorite is Akosombo. And if Nana Ofe, please call in. And Iman, if you're here, call in. So and Mr. Cole, hey Mr. Cole, I'd love to hear from you, Mr. Cole. Call in, people. Andre, you can call in. Like I want to hear from you guys. So basically, what we're trying to say, okay, Mr. Kosto, I think I've answered most of your questions. Okay, she's asking another question. What type of things they have for teenagers to do? So what can teenagers do in Ghana? Well, I want to show you guys something that I found, today when I was dropping my daughter in school. And I was kind of like very impressed because like I've been talking about STEM for a very, very long time. So I found this like being advertised. I found this advert. Can you see? Yeah. So I found this advert on my way when I was dropping my daughter in school, and I was so impressed. So there are like technology schools, there are STEM schools, that teenagers can get themselves involved in. Like I am like you know old. Okay, I'm past 35, so I don't know what young people of today do. I think maybe when Edmond is able to call back, he's a young soul, so maybe Edmond can tell us what young people, teenagers want to do. So there are so many activities they can do, like their jobs they can do, like um. So I don't know, Mr. Ko, what you're asking. I don't know what you're asking. Okay. So Mr. Ko says, oh, okay. Yes, Edmond, what can teenagers do? Okay, Mr. Ko says, tell us about the school. How many years they go? What about children with learning disability? Is there schools for them? Oh, yes, there are schools here. They're just not many, but there are schools for children with disability. So whenever, there are schools like that, and there are not many. So there's business opportunity right there, because the schools for children with disability is not that many. And as for when it comes to schools that your kids can attend, there are 100 of them. There are like so many schools that your children can go to. Like where my daughter attends right now, um, it's affordable. I pay like I pay like close to a hundred between a mm, I pay close to $120 to $150 a month for tuition and feeding a month, because I drop her in school and bring her back. But with the rest, so and it's a I mean for the British curriculum, well, it's not really, it's Ghanaian curriculum modeled after the British curriculum. So that is something that needs massive change. We need massive change in that area. Um, I think Ed, Edmund, Edmund. Okay, Edmund. I'm trying to get you back, but I think your network is so poor that when I try to bring you back, it just cuts off. So I don't know. Maybe today is not it's not a good idea. I try to bring you up, but it doesn't respond. So what I'm trying to say is that there is opportunity for African oriented schools because our education system, as I told you, is nothing to write home about. So our history is not being taught. STEM is not part of our it's not part of it. How can we ever have our own Silicon Valley if we don't have STEM? If our kids are not trying their hands on artificial intelligence and all of that, you know? So yeah, that there's like the ripe opportunity there. So education is like from all the way from crèche or preschool to the university. There are schools like there a lot of them. Private schools, government schools, you name it. So education in Ghana is not something that would be difficult for you to find. What would be difficult for you to find is having African oriented schools, like, you know, what Dr. Cambon is operating, and I think there are just two of schools like that in Ghana. So let me see more questions. So Miss Seko says, so if a parent don't have the money for the child to attend, does that mean that child can go to school? There no, there is the free basic and free high school education available. Um, I just don't subscribe to it, not because it's not good, because the government schools, they have the trained teachers, like they have the qualified teachers. So it's a good system, but it's just I work and I can afford to pay tuition for my daughter. So I take her to a private school. But there is free education. From well, for the public schools, the government schools, I think they start school at about, I think, starting from 2 years. I think starting from 2 years, and yeah, I think starting from 2 years. But if it's the private school, you can start from as early as my daughter started school at 6 months, 6 to 7 months old. She started school, so it depends. Okay, she's saying that here a child can start school here at about between 1 and 2 years. Yeah, so it become here most kids start school way earlier because especially if parents are taking their kids to private school, you do that because you work. Like I go to work, I leave the house by 6, I'm gone. I come back by 6 p.m. because I have to go through traffic. So if you have to go through traffic and you have to get to work by 6 a.m. and stuff like that, and you just had a baby, you can't take your kid to work. So you have to definitely take them to the crèche so that the school can take care of your child till you come back. So that the private schools, they offer the crèche kind of, yes, daycare, yeah. Well, here we don't. Here it's the schools that actually carry out the daycare. So we don't call it daycare. We call it crèche. So when the child is young like that, it's going to be 1 to 4. Okay, 1 to 4 is daycare. 4 above is school. Oh, really? Really? Well, okay. I don't know. I don't understand how it translates. There. Okay. Edmond says there are a few daycares though, but I haven't come across a daycare. I have. I'm a mother. I have a child, but I haven't come across a daycare um before. I don't know if there are daycares here, but thanks for sharing that information, Edmund. So I think that from 6 months upwards, you can take your child to school from crèche, and then they grow up, and then by I think by 1.5 years or by 2 years they start nursery, and then because my daughter is 5 years, my daughter just turned 5 years, and she's in KG 2. So by September, October, she's going to basic school one. She's going to basic school one at age 5. So that is I don't that is how I think it all comes together. Miss Teco, I want to hear more. I think it all comes together. They go through that process and it all comes together that you're like about 5 years or 6 years old in basic school one. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, Miss Seko says 1 to 4 is daycare and four above is school. Okay. So I think it all comes together like that. It all comes together like that. So they've set it up. They've set up the education system, I think, to meet, the year groups and the ages. Oh, okay. Okay. Miss Seko says most people don't like to put their kids in school until they can talk. Yeah, until they can talk. So I think that is a good point. That is a good point. Especially, I mean, if you're a stay-at-home mom, if you're a housewife, or you have a job that allows you, oh, sorry, oh. If you have a job that allows you to kind of like have the time to be able to stay at home and nurse your child, or if you quit your job when you have a baby, then for real, if I want to start a daycare, how do I find out about requirements? Wow. um as of now, I think that you may have to contact the social welfare. Yeah, the social welfare department. That's how you get your information about starting a daycare, because it's it's a wonderful opportunity. Like, it's a good business. Okay, so you can just Google social welfare department of Ghana. Their number will come, and then you try and check and call during working hours. They will give you all the information that you need. Um, I would also try to find out. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I sleep at 8:39. So right now it's about 9:07 p.m. So if I'm not sleeping at this time, I will yawn. But it doesn't mean I want to sleep. It's just nature is demanding its due. Yes. So yeah, you can contact the social welfare. If you know anyone in Ghana, they can go there and do like a face-to-face kind of research. But if not, I can kindly dig up something and see. But yeah, I know that you have to identify the location of your business. You need a very good branding, and then you need to identify where you want to do it. Yeah, I've had a long day, but you see, the problem with me is that I'm just I sleep too early. That's the problem. Who sleeps at 8? Who sleeps at 8? Nana, Miss Teco, who sleeps at 8? Evie, tell me who sleeps at 8. So by 8 p.m., nature starts calling, but it's bad. I need to change. Okay, so hey, this old helmet, welcome. Do you need insurance to run a daycare in Ghana? I think you may need a license from social welfare. Yeah, you may need a license from social welfare and you may need to register the business. And I think that with children involved, insurance would be part of their requirements. So when you go to social welfare, they will tell you what they need. I haven't I haven't started anything like that, so I don't know what their requirements would be, but they would definitely need a registered business. They would need, I think, they would need to inspect your premises. Um, they would have requirements. Um, yeah, they would have requirements, and I think it would definitely be part of it that you have insurance, for the venue or something. How long does it take to get licensed? Well, typically, it takes 2 weeks. Typically, it takes 2 weeks. At worst, it takes a month, 4 weeks. So it depends on their process. But currently, they're like digitizing most of the government institutions. Like it used to take like 2 weeks. It used to take 2 weeks for us to get a passport, a driver's license, but these days I think it takes 30 minutes. It takes 30 minutes. So I think the government is kind of like improving the response rate with some of these services. So you know I just prepare for the worst case scenario that it may take at least maybe 4 weeks, but I know it's going to be earlier than that. Yeah, I know it's going to be earlier than that. So that is it. Um, okay. So this old helmet says, anyways, guys, let me know where you're chatting from. I'd really love to know where you're chatting from. And yes, Miss Teko, thank you so much. Please like the video. Okay, like if you like what we're talking about, please express it. Support the sisters channel and like. So he says my son's daycare here costs $1,000 per month per child. Um, whoa, $1,000. That's way too much. That is way too much, honey. Because if you come down here, when my daughter was in, well, preschool, she was, I was paying 1,400 Ghana cedis. Um, divide that by 5. Okay, let me do the math. Divide that by 5. $1,400. Calculator. So 1,400 divided by 5. Yeah, so I was paying about $280 a month for my daughter. I was paying about $280, which is not bad at all. Which is not bad at all. So that's how, and this is like daycare equivalent for like a very good place, like, a place where when there's something wrong with your child, they'll take, do give you the child first aid, call you immediately, and get the child ready to be picked up to the hospital, like, things like that, where your child is secure. That was the place my daughter was attending, and I was paying 280. Of course, it will range between 200 and $500 a month, but I think it doesn't go beyond 500 unless you want to take your child to some, you know, yeah, it's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. You can really, if you can keep your job, that's why I keep advising that if you have an online job that is paying you US rate, US standards, and you come down here, you can, actually save and actually build your own house. You can. Mr. Eko says, what kind of business do they need in Ghana? Well, for me, I always say that you need to visit and you need to experience Ghana and you need to experience customer service. You need to experience all these things. And then you have to identify what the problem is and what you can do to solve it and translate what you can do into business. Because I think that when it comes to like education, as I'm saying, that I haven't come across a lot of play groups services or daycare centers. So that it's the schools that have preschool and they're using the preschools. So you can definitely do it. Of course, yes, Miss Teco, you can supply lunch to schools. That see, that is a good business. Okay, if you have like 4 schools that you supply lunch to, whew, you're getting paid. You getting paid, baby. You getting paid. So yeah, it is an amazing thing. It's a good opportunity, good business you can do. Um, Evelyn says daycare in the States is higher than rent. Wow. So I told you, for rent between 200 and $600, you can get a decent, beautiful house with very nice environment to live in. Between 2 and 3 bedrooms. Yeah, you can get at a decent location. I mean, not the best, because the best locations cost a lot. Accra is a metropolitan city and everything happens here. There are hotels that will charge you like $5,000 a night here in Accra. So, like, everything, you can find everything here. But then also, there is the standard of life, and then there is the cost of life. Oh, sorry, the standard of living and the cost of living. So if you want to go according to the standard of living, then maybe you want to go to take your child to the Lincoln Community School, which they will charge you like $4,000 a term or $1,500 a month or something like that. Then that's your standard. If you want to go according to yes, 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 please put your questions out there. Okay, so let me read more comments. Old Helmet says, Evelyn is right. My daycare cost per month for 2 children exceeds my home mortgage payment. Oh my God. You guys, you guys. See, let me tell you what brothers can do. African Americans. You guys, people keep saying that you don't have a culture, you don't have an identity, you don't have a nationality. But do you know what? You guys, you're a tribe. You're a tribe, you're a community. So knowing and remembering where you come from, you guys can form groups, investment groups. It doesn't have to be you alone. You can form investment groups And when you come down here to establish a good day, a daycare center or preschool, or even a school, local people would like to bring their kids, because I want to take my child to an African oriented school, or a good preschool, a good daycare center that brings quality to my child. People will patronize you. Education is one of the places that you can never go wrong if you plan right and you do what is right. So education is one of the key areas you can invest. You can group yourselves up. Okay, people are having children every day. So education is always going to be needed. If you come to the cities, like, parents have to go to work. You know, if you go outside the cities, most of the women are entrepreneurs. They own their small shops and they manage their own businesses. But if you come to the city, most of the women, the mothers, the fathers, they have to go to work. So they need a daycare center, a place they can trust, you know, a place where the owner is serious about business. You would find a lot of places that are undesirable down here. So people are constantly looking for quality. So it creates room for competition. And if there's competition, there is opportunity. So I think that is a key area that you guys can look at, because if you're paying two school fees for two children and it's beyond your mortgage, that is some serious shit. Excuse my words. Ooh, that is serious. No. See, I'm a single mom. I'm taking care of my daughter. I still can buy a house, like a land, and start building. I built this house I live in. So, um, and my salary is below $1,500. So I'm telling you, like, with a little money, you can achieve a lot in Ghana. That does not mean the quality is low. I've A lot of people talk to me and they say, "Hey, I think you talk differently and stuff." But I just happened to have the opportunity to attend a very good school when I was growing up, Engelbert School, and that is a local school. Yeah, that is a fully Ghanaian owned school that I attended. But I was fortunate enough to attend a good school when I was growing up. So my foundation was good. So those are the kind of schools that we want. The foundational schools must be good, I mean, speaking English does not define good education, but people think that I kind of like got educated somewhere outside. Yeah, I've done some courses abroad, but that's not where I got my core education. I got it from Ghana. So, Miss Teko, Evelyn said yes. It's crazy. Miss Teko says, please put your questions out there. It's good to know before you go. Yes, please, I'm here for you. If you have questions, please ask me. Because today I was trying to get a real estate expert and a traditional expert to come talk to us, and they want me to pay. They're not going to give their services for free. So if I'm here and I'm giving you all this credible information for free, please don't feel shy to ask. Okay, family, we're family for a reason. Just ask me. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. If I know, I will give you the best of the information I have. Yeah, so Miss Teko says, I have been to Senegal. Can you please tell me the do's and don'ts of Ghana? And is there a dress code that we should know? we should know about? Okay, Miss Telco, this is a very good question. Okay, so first of all, in Ghana, when you come to Ghana, in our cultural norms, never ever ever greet anybody with your left hand. You can't do that. It's against the culture. It's a sign of disrespect. And the reason why in our culture, greeting everyone or pointing to someone or directing, like whatever you do, do not, if your right hand is available, don't opt for the left. Because in our culture, it's believed that you use your left to wipe your behind. So because you use your left to wipe your behind when you go and do the do, when you sit on the throne and do your stuff and drop your bombs, um, the left hand is not respectful to address a fellow human being or, you know, an elderly person or someone in the community or in the family with your left hand. So please, when you come to Ghana, always remember the right hand will get you to places. So that is the first thing. Um, Secondly, what would I say? Well, when it comes to the dress code, I think the dress code is really free, but you won't find people dressed in hot pants, on the street. So just don't dress. Your dressing shouldn't be to the extreme, but people appreciate you in a beautiful locally made dress, but it's not like a requirement. So if you want to appreciate the culture, I need to get some local clothes made. The reason why I cannot just buy these dresses is just a matter of time. If I want dresses made, I will have to take um I would have to take um buy the cloth and go to a designer, fashion designer, or yeah, and get it made. And I need to go get my measurements done and all of that. But I don't have the time because I leave the house at 6 and I come back at 6 p.m. So I do not have the time. I have to take my daughter to school. I have to pick her up. I have to it's just there's no time. And I have to think of videos, making videos that will help my brothers and sisters. I have to keep the channel running. Time is of the essence. Hey, greetings, welcome, 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 Sonia Crawford, welcome. We're happy to have you. Mustafa Mayat, Mashufa Mayat. Yes, now I know because Tony gave me a very good education about, Mayat. And greetings, sis. It's good you're here. So, guys, Miss Teco, I mean, if you've ever been to Africa, I'm posting the invitation. You can just call into the show and share your experience with us if you have good connection. I'd love to hear from you. So it's there. The link is there. You can call in and let's have a chat. I'd really love to hear from you. And I think the whole community can learn from your experience. So please do call in if you have something to share with us. Would really appreciate it. So yes, what was I even saying? Anyways, so let me get right back to topic. So yeah, so the dress code, I wear these things because of time constraints. But when I go on leave, when I get my annual leave, which is a full 32 days, so if you get a government employment, you have a full, well, if you're lucky, you get a full 32 days as your annual leave. Yeah, so that's also a plan. So if you want to come, you know, live in Ghana, become a Ghanaian, and all of that, blend in. There are perks. Yeah, so when I go on leave, then I can get my, dresses made when I have more time. But that's once a year though. So yeah. So dressing is, you know, it's just about it's an expression of who you are. If you have the luxury of time, you get your dresses made. There are so many shops you can buy local dresses from, except that for women size 18 women like myself, it's not easy getting like your clothes off the shelves these days. So if you go to the shops, you'll be amazed to find that you would have to search, and the the one that you find, you might not even like it. So you eventually have to go get it made. So that's why I only make my clothes when I have time. But yeah, so please keep the questions coming. Sonia says, Miss Teco, my husband and I want to visit Ghana around the end of the year. Is this the rainy season time? Well, the rainy season, we are in March. So the rainy season is expected to start around, June, thereabout. But these days, because of climate change, a lot of things are not the same anymore. So the rainy season in Ghana might start earlier because it's been raining sometimes here, and it's supposed to be Hamatan, dry season now, but sometimes it rains. So the dry season and the intermittent rain is kind of like causing the weather to heat up, you know, to heat up more. Please call in if you can. I want sisters. I want somebody to like help spice it up. Okay, so please call in and keep the questions coming. Keep the questions coming. I love that. Okay, so another thing, when you come to Ghana, you need to stick to Uber if you can, because then the wages are fair, and you don't need to have issues with a taxi driver over prices, because sometimes the taxi drivers, you may have to negotiate with them. If you're taking a taxi, if you decide to stick with taxi, then their prices sometimes may be on the high side. So there is Bolt, there is Taxify, and there is Uber, all of them in Ghana. So you can just go with any of these transportation systems, which is really nice. Oh, okay. So Edmond said rainy season starts from March to mid-November. Okay, it used to be June, July. Rainy season used to be just June, July. Now it's starting from March to November. You see what I mean? See what I mean when I tell you that times have changed. So coming to the motherland is a lot of work, and you have to do all this research, but you really can do much research than experience. So I always advise the visit first is the best decision you can ever make, family. The visit first is the best decision you can make. So I advise just come and visit, okay? Come and visit. Then there are some of these places I could take you to my daughter's school. You can take a look at it. I could take you to visit some of the government schools. And you can take a look at it. Like you can like find first-hand information that will prepare you for the rest of your journey to Africa. Okay, so Edmund says December isn't much of a rainy season, but at the Work Africa show said due to the global warming and climate changes, we do encounter some rain in December. Yeah, So the it has changed. A lot has changed. The climate. We've even had some showers of rain in February this year already. Yeah. So even in February, so like the whole entire year is fixing to turn into a rainy season. And that is a sign that the climate is really heating up, because when there's heat in the atmosphere, water evaporates. And so the more the heat, the more water is evaporating and condensing and then falling back as rain. Except that these days when it rains, it's not even cold anymore when it rains. So that's the problem. Sonia says we will be coming in October. Can't wait to visit. Ooh, Sonia, we can't wait to have you. We can't wait to have you. Can you please call in, darling? The link is just right above you. You know, you can call in. I'd really love to have this conversation with you. Um, Peace and blessings to you for extending this information. We have purchased our tickets for visiting in October. Woo! You know, this it's a very good strategy. It's a very good strategy. But I would also like to say, guys, let me give you this tip. If you want to travel to Africa, you can check out Secret Travels. Sometimes you get flash tickets that are very, you know, less expensive. So secrettravels.com is also a good option. It's just that, you know, you can get pretty good deals for Europe and Asia and all, but when it comes to Africa, like they're always so mean and so, hard-handed with us. I don't even get it. Um, Sonia, Mr. says, Sonia, you would have a great time and get lots of clothes made. Yeah! Sonia, I can't wait to go fabric shopping with you in Mokola, okay? Mokola Market. You should Google Mokola Market and take a look. It's the busiest. I think I may even have, hey, go on my channel, Sonia. I have I think shopping. Okay, let me check. Let me check and post the link here so you can take a look at Mokola, how it looks. It looks down there. Mokola for you. So let me see. I did this video. Yeah, let me see. Um, let me see. Okay, so I just need to copy the link. Okay, copied. So okay, okay. So I have. I'm posting it. So take a look. I've just posted the link to that video. So maybe you can later check it out and take a look at Mokola. Sonia, that's if you contact me, if you let me know you're in, I wouldn't mind to go to Mokola with you one Saturday to get all the fabrics you can get and give the clothes to uh, a seamstress designer to whip up some styles for you. Okay, so that I would do. October, yeah, yeah. So you can take a look at that video and then you see Mokola. Mokola is hustling and bustling, it's the heart of Accra. It's where the business happens. So if you want to be an importer, or yeah, Mokola is the place to be because it's the central business district of Accra, you know, central business district. So Mokola is where all the business, like almost all the business happens. These days, business happens everywhere, but Mokola is the like it's the place to go. Yeah. So guys, do we have any more questions? Because if there are no more questions, we can, like, drop the curtains. Any more questions? But I must say that you guys have been amazing. Miss Teco, what would I do without you? You've been amazing. Okay. Pick out some pictures of clothes you would like. They will make it. Oh yeah. You can go to Pinterest. Pinterest has amazing ideas of clothing, African clothing styles that you can choose from. You know, um, some of the most simple styles. Ooh, some of the most simple styles are the easiest to make and the nicest to wear. So you just pick, and then they will just give you a beautiful, yeah. So amazing. Yeah, I think I can. Oh, this app is awesome. I can actually be highlighting your comments. I love it. Okay, so we have Israel Trump in the house. Israel Trump, can you tell us where you're from? Why do you your name is interesting. But where are you from? Can we know? Can we know where you're from? Um so Mr. Go says pick up, yeah. Okay, so let me read from Sonia. Sonia says, absolutely. Thank you so much. I'll definitely contact you upon coming, and we'll check out your website later tonight. Blessing always. Hey, blessing, 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 blessing. Thank you. Blessing. Yeah. Sonia is from Florida. That's amazing. Hey, so tell me about Florida. How is it like over there? How is our common struggles like over there? You know, are we making some wins in Florida? I'd love to know that, Sonia. Are we making some wins? Is a black man making some gains in Florida, or is the same old story in Florida? Oh, Mystical too is from Florida. Hey, we've got Florida in the house. Israel Trump, we still don't know um which part of America you're from. So yeah, Florida is in the house. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mr. Kotu, how much is a house in Ghana? Okay. Um. So Israel. Yes. Hi, Mr. Ko. So Israel, how much is a house in Ghana, or how much does a house cost in Ghana? Well, this is a good question. As I've always said, the cost of houses in Ghana is basically about location, Um, but you would find some interesting prices in Ghana. So there are two things. You're either building the house, or you're buying it. Okay. So if you're building the house, first of all, you have to think about um, land, and then you need to find out the cost of your building materials, and then you go. So you need to decide, are you building or are you buying? Of course, if you're building, you can actually build your dream house at a price that is, you know, like, I would say cheap, because like your dream house, if you buy it, it's not fixing to, be kind or easy on the pocket. But you can actually have the time, the freedom to build your dream house, and it can go according to the pace of, your financial situations. So it doesn't have to be like mortgage. You don't have to be locked in this debt for 20 years. By the time you're done paying, you old and broke and dying. No. So for example, I plan to finish my house in between 3 to 5 years. That's what I plan, because it's gonna be my dream house. I'm gonna have everything that I want in the house. I'm telling you, like, I'm going to build it, you know, like the queen that I am, you know. A house befitting a queen. That's what I'm going to build. So my land is good. My land is good, and I got it for like about $7,000, between $7,000 and $8,000, because it's at a good location. It's not too outside the city. It's like the city suburb. So it's not like way outside the city. It's like about 20 minutes from my job, but that's with no traffic. If there's traffic, it's like about 1 hour, 30 minutes from my job if there's traffic. So if I bought a house around there, I think it could have cost me between 250,000 Ghana cedis to about 350,000 Ghana cedis. And that will be, let me check in dollars. I'm calculating that in dollars. So that's about 67 about 67,000, let's say 67,400 US dollars. That's how much it will cost me. Some of the houses can also cost you sometimes $150,000, $200,000, $250,000, depending on the location. So that's how much it will cost you. There are some houses in Ghana that will cost you $1 million, 2.5. Like, one of the African American celebrities bought a house in Ghana for $3 million, though. You know, and these are huge mansions, like huge, with so many bedrooms. Like, you can use it for hotels, you can use it for, so yeah, that's basically it. That's basically it. And so I'm thinking that for me to build, if I build the house, I'm telling you, this 60,000 is even, it's even, it might even be too much, but I can still get a beautiful house with everything I want, with my pool and everything I want in the house. I could get it done. But I don't think I can ever build my dream house in the US with my current salary. So those are some of the benefits, the perks of moving to the motherland. If you can keep an online job that pays you as much as you know it will pay you if you were living in the US, then you can really have a different life here and even be able to set up your business as well on the side, you know. So that's it. Yeah. Okay. So are we done? Are we done? Are we done, guys? Do you have any more questions for me? I want to answer all your questions. So Sonia, Miss Teko said you would have a great time, and it's true. You would have an amazing time when you come down here. I wanted, I wanted somebody to call in. Edmond has done so well. His network wasn't really helping, but he's been amazing. You know. Okay, so in Ghana, basically the salaries are monthly. So my job is not the average job because my job pays well, but there are, I would say the average salary it will be about 5,000 Ghana cedis, which is about $1,000. Between 800 to $1,000 will be the average salaries in Ghana. You know, if you have good qualifications. If you don't have any good qualification, you should be looking at 4,000, between 3,000 to 4,000 Ghana cedis, which is about $600 to $800 a month. Yeah, so those are where you should be looking at. You know, if you're not lucky, you might go even lower than that. But if you have your set skills and you are able to save some money, and for example, come and start your daycare center or your preschool or your STEM, you know, training center or whatever, you know, then you know that you can rely on your online payment, you know, for so and so time. If you have some retirement to take, you can take your retirement, come home, settle, start your business, build your small house. You don't need to build your dream house like me because I built this small house. My house is really small, but I built it so I wouldn't have to waste money renting houses. So I'm using all that rent money I would have been paying to direct, you know, to focus on the house that I want to build, my dream house. So that is it. You know, you can kind of like focus your your monies in the right direction. Even if you have kids and you know you're charging a decent wage for your daycare center, or yeah, you get people coming in patronizing, and you'll be all right. Yeah, Israel, like 60,000. I'm telling you, look, even with as low as $10,000, 15,000, $20,000, you would get a very nice small house. I'm telling you, me, I'm a city girl. I would always be a city girl. So the requirements for what I want to do might be a little bit on the high side because I've always lived in the city. I don't know life outside the city. So I really can't tell. But if you're somebody who wants to move a bit out of the city, with seven look, with $7,000, you can get you can build a nice bedroom, have toilets in there, have a little. living area, and the kitchen, okay, in a house. Because you can get the land for maybe, you can get the land for maybe, let's say, maybe about $1,500. You can get land. Then, if you are not building an expensive place, 5,000, 6,000 to $7,000, you'll be able to build your house complete, move in, and live life. So it's not that hard. It's not that expensive to build a house. I'm telling you, with $15,000, $12,000, $20,000, you will get a house. You will get your own house, your own property. If you even decide to go natural materials like ES is doing, it might even cost you less. It might cost you less. So it cannot it cannot be that hard. It cannot be too hard for you to own property down here. And I encourage you, I encourage you, I encourage you, I encourage you, even if you're coming to visit, I encourage you, buy property, buy land. You should know that documentation for the land will cost you between $700 and $800. That's how it's gonna cost me to do for my land. It will cost it's that's how much it costs everybody. So you can get the land cheap, but you still need to pay between $700 and $800 for your land documents, and you have to go to land commission. You can go yourself. You don't always need a intermediary person. You can go yourself. Okay, you can just walk in there and give them your site plan, and they will go with you, measure your land, get your documentations done for you. Period. So there's no need. Look, if you want to buy land, just email me. Just email me, okay? You don't need to go and let somebody dupe you out of nothing. I mean, there are good people in Ghana. I won't lie to you about that. But if you're not lucky, like just recently, some white guy was duped because he thought he was buying the slave dungeons in Cape Coast. I'm like, what do you need that slave dungeon for? Is it not enough that your ancestors put us through that? Now you want to own the dungeons. Like, what do you want? Do you still want to smell our sweat and blood? But I was thinking, why? Why does he want to buy the slave dungeons? But he got scammed out of that. So as much as there are good people everywhere, I mean, 80 to 90% of Ghanaians are good people, and they're genuinely smiling with you and they mean it. But there are also the 20% scattered across that you will meet that will try to, uh, swindle you out of your. I mean, there are bad people everywhere. So, um, do you know any good realtors out there? Oh yeah, there are good realtors out there. Um, let me type on here. Ghana home loans. Ghana home loans. That Ghana home loans. I've just put it there. You can put it in your search engine and um Ghana Home Loans is a good company. Yeah, it's a good company. Um, you don't need to take a loan if you want to buy the house outright. They've got all these private homes and estate homes that you can contact that are credible, that you can contact and they will kind of help you. They are like the only ones that I can recommend now because, well, HFC Bank also have, look, do Ghana Home Loans. They've got a lot, almost all the realtors. And then you can also contact Ghana. Uh, okay. Um. Okay. Are you Israel? I need to Israel. I need to ask you. Do you need to buy the home or you want to build the home? Because if you want to buy it, then you should be budgeting way more than $60,000. But if you want to build it, come to Ghana, find a good civil contractor, get a good architectural design done, get a good contracting firm to start the building, you know, of your house. And, you try and you get your visa for like a year and get your house done. If you've saved up your 60,000, I believe there are things you can even bring from the States with you, like specialized kind of tiles and stuff like that, you know. But if you want to buy, then you need to budget a little bit because usually the houses that will meet your standard, like how spacious it is, the architectural design is good, like you have your walk-in like wardrobes, like you have your swimming pool, like you have your tiny playground for the kids. You have your backyard, where you can do a little bit of gardening if you like, or you can plant fruits and trees and stuff like that. Um, you want like a little bit rooftop terrace. You want like, stuff like that, stuff that makes your dream home a dream home. Huh, you gotta build it, brother, but if you have the money, please buy it. Because once you bought it and your documentations are intact, you don't have to deal with the stress of building a house. Because building a house can be stressful. The advantage is that you get everything according to your taste. And it can take as long as you want to. It depends on your pocket, how much money you have to do this. So yeah, that's it. Please keep the questions coming. It says that are there any shipping container homes in Ghana? There, well, yeah. There's a company called Red Sea Housing. I work. Hey, I got my job from Red Sea Housing on LinkedIn. So if you're looking for a place to get a job before you even come to Ghana, LinkedIn is a good place. So the name is Red Sea Housing. Red Sea Housing Ghana. Okay, so that's the name of the company. Red Sea Housing Ghana. I know a two bedroom container home or prefabricated home will cost you about may cost about $25,000. May cost $25,000. So you see, it's better to buy land than build your dream house. Yeah, but definitely there are container homes in Ghana. So, but you can also get see, you can go to Fairly Rock. I don't know. Okay, just search for cellular construction. They also have cellular construction. They also have they are able to do container housing, container homes, but at a much cheaper rate than Red Sea because Red Sea is very expensive. But Selly Rock is kind of like affordable. Yeah, sorry, Selly Rock is kind of like affordable, more affordable than Red Sea. So yeah, yeah. So you can at least get, but you still need land. Still need land to put that container house on or prefabricated house on. There are prefabricated buildings here too. So if you have your money, $25,000, $30,000, you can get you a nice prefab house with sandwich panels, and you're good to go. In about 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, your house will be ready. You can just move in. So, so it's either you build like an actual dream home for that amount, or you can buy, um, a prefab home. So, and the container homes were available. Yeah. Okay, people. So, if you have any more questions, I'm still here. Or you can think about questions that you may have. And tomorrow, I don't think I'll be available, but the next day, or let's see, I don't know. Maybe I can do a live show tomorrow. Let me check. I'll check my time. But you can think about questions that you may have and keep it down. So tomorrow when I come online, we can talk more about questions that you may have in the motherland. Um, was there a question I didn't have the answer to? I think I've given you like a fair idea, and I've given you a few companies that you can contact for various requests or requirements. So this is where I draw the curtain. We've spent lovely time together. I really do appreciate your presence here, and thank you so much um, for sticking with me. But tomorrow we will continue this. So education, business, employment, visa issues, um, acquisition of land. Um, hey, guys, don't forget that a Save Woman is offering free land. So please go to asavewoman.com and check out their diaspora resettlement program. You need to check this out, fam. You need to check asavewoman.com and find out there is free land available that you can fill a form and apply for. So whilst you're considering building, Mr. Co, I'm sure you would really love that area. Um, oh, thank you, Nana Ofe. Thank you so much. So please check out asavewoman.com. I'll put it in the comment section. Please, kindly, how do you call it? Kindly check it out. Please, kindly check it out, okay? And then apply if you can. Because if you're really like an African person in the diaspora, it doesn't matter where you are from. There is 5,000 acres, 5,000. And I believe there's been more added to it. 5,000 acres of land. I hear other traditional councils are offering more, not like 5,000, but some are offering 200 acres, some are offering 500 acres. So find out. and then take advantage of it. But because it's free, I don't think they're going to give you more than a plot. So if you want more land, you can take that one plot, establish on it, and then you can move from that one plot. When you can build a house on it. I told you, even with $10,000, 12,000, $15,000, you can build a very, small, well, not too small, but even just normal London house, like just one level, you know, build a home that you can live in on that free land whilst you sort other things out. But if you have the money, if you have the resources to relocate in Africa, I'm telling you, just build your house outright. Take a holiday, get a good lunch. Nana Ofe is in the house. He's really good with helping brothers and sisters from the diaspora. If you contact me, I will put you in touch with him. He can get you land in, help you get land in so many areas. And then when you're coming, just hey, don't just get up and come. Let's talk. You know, let's talk about your plans. You can always contact me. I'm putting my email in the chat so you can email me. So you can email me. Okay. Yes. So that's my email. Please contact me. Don't unless of course you know somebody you can trust down here, then that's fine because I don't want your first experience to be marred with disappointments because there's so much good in this country. And as my subscriber, hey guys, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you're passing through, please stay with me, okay? Subscribe and let's grow the channel. I promise to try as much as possible to be your guide as much as I can. Yeah, so email me about what you're trying to do. We have a Global Black Family, is a social WhatsApp group that you can join and start making some good connections, So you just have to email me and I'll add you and you can start planning, taking ideas and coming. So I would repeat our topic: worry not, worry not, worry not. Your time will soon come. Your time will soon come. Don't stop planning. Don't give up. Sometimes you can even save money and something will happen and you use it and then you're so disappointed because you think you can't make it. No, don't give up, okay? The motherland is your birthright, okay? It is your birthright. You must come in. Don't allow Chinese to come in and take everything. Come one, come all. Let's hold hands and let's save our continent. Love you guys. Appreciate you so much for you know coming to join me for this conversation. Please keep supporting the channel and I love you. Some of my sisters have asked me to kind of try and sort my financial issues out so they can support the channel. I'm working on it. If I get any opportunity to actually take donations when if my banking systems, works out good, I'm sure you would have the opportunity to support my show um, whenever you like. So thank you. Stay blessed and always remember, look for a place that has soil. not concrete. Try and see if you can find you. Sometimes you may have to drive out of town to see a place you can find earth, real soil, and take some water with you. Call the names of all your past family members. They are your ancestors. Those who are not with us anymore, they are your ancestors. Call them, tell them to work with the four elements to help you. If it's the motherland that you want to come that is proving difficult, tell them to assist, like to make the way, to work with the four elements to get you there. If it's financial issues, tell them to work with the four elements to bring you wealth. Never ask for money when you talk to your ancestors. They're spirit beings. They have more to give you than money. So ask them to bring you to bring wealth to your home. Um, if it's healing you want, ask them to heal you. Whatever you need to talk to your ancestors. Even you have to drive, you have to write down their names, research, find out who were your grand aunties, even till the slavery days. They will come in and they will help you. So learn to pray to our ancestors, learn to reconnect to our ancestors. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Remember, Ubuntu means I am because we are. It is this common spirit that networks all Black people across the globe. The reason why I'm here giving you all this information that somebody wants money for before they can give it to you is the Ubuntu. I am that I am. If you succeed, I succeed. If you don't succeed, we all don't succeed. That is the spirit of Ubuntu. Remember to subscribe, like the video. I want to see the likes, and when you have time, you can rewatch. Oh, my other live was very interesting. So if you haven't seen it, please go. I have actually categorized the videos, so you see stream the streams that I've done, and the stream before this one is also good. It opens our eyes a lot about our situation in the world, okay, and in the Americas and all of that. So thank you. I love you so much and keep supporting this channel. This is your girl AJY AJ baby, and I say stay strong, stay true, and then be your best at all times. Love you. Mwah. This is where I end the transmission. Love you. Sleep tight, everybody. Miss Teiko, Nana Ofe, Israel, Trump, Sonia, all of you guys. I say have a wonderful, wonderful evening. It's time for me to go to bed. It's 10 p.m. I've done well. Okay, love you guys. And you can leave me your comments later on the channel. Thank you, and I love you.